Salutations! Searching for a Noah here. It only took us 5 of these to go to the Isekai route. This is Fernz Gate. Sounds almost like Fern Gully. Not really. Well, that and the fact that there's no smog monsters voiced by Tim Curry trying to sex up my ear holes with his singing. Not that he does that on the regular or anything. As Divine Hearts gave us a cute cat, this game gives us a cool one. You arrive at a place called Fernland with zero knowledge of how you got there, but your school uniform already shows that you're not from around those parts. They mention Fernland is like a crossroads for tons of weary travelers. The others tell you of the big bad of the game stealing mana and life essence from the more promising wanderers and simply converting the lesser ones into monsters, so you take it upon yourself to save the day. So after the break into 8-bit gaming that was Dragon Sinker, we're back to the sprites that we're most used to if you've been following along playing these games yourself. 4 characters, but only 3 slots for available party members. But the new mechanic for this game is buddies. They can be other party members, but you'll mostly be using these buddies, which are little animals, critters you summon to back you up. So your fighting team is now 3 in the front, 3 in the back. So you're basically getting a swing with each member twice in that regard. Just keep in mind that if you want to use an item during, that's reserved for your backup character only. So just something to keep in mind. We're back to powering up spells again, just like Antiqua Lost, but you can also combine certain spells by doing one specific after another to cast a bigger one. So now we're dual attacking like Chrono Trigger. Plus, the buddies can also act as fetching maid coins, so getting those are a lot easier now, as you have room to grow twice as many stat up boons than Antiqua Lost 3. And all party members level up normally on this one. Animal buddies, on the other hand, they level up after a certain number of battles, no XP there. I've seen from a forum it's best to keep the option for quick win battles off, or the battles do not count. I assume, like Antiqua Lost, you don't get alchemy stones either. Another new mechanic that gets plot explained, that while in Fernland, you don't need sleep, something in the air or whatever. There are inns, but they're mostly for having chances to raise the compatibility with your party members again and get their happiness up, so they, like Antiqua Lost, can do things on the dungeons and towns that net you more treasure. But back to the fact you don't need sleep. You actually heal back to full and no lingering stats after a battle is completed. It's so abundant with Fernland goodness, your spells don't even run on MP this game. Now your spells run on cooldown, so you can't spam the same spell over and over to win, but that's no big. You'll still be leveling these spells up by using them over and over again in each fight. And there's a square button handy that acts as a press this button to use whatever last attack you used in a previous fight, and it'll just do it again for the new fight. I was water-based nuking 99.9% of all encounters and winning off of that alone because you can get to an extra dungeon way early in-game. Get a powerful buddy as a result and make an easy game even easier. So if you're healing all the time, you don't really need those like little recovery circle sigils. If you're looking around, you won't find them. They get replaced by these purple machine gacha-looking things that if you run into multiple ones, you can now set the encounter rate in a dungeon for as low as 0 and as high as triple the normal rate. Spend some alchemy stones there for guaranteed fights against what replaces the boxes and boulders that house rare items in them sometimes. Yeah, new packaging, same mechanic. Now it's jars and stone blocks that you can guarantee an item drop by using crowbars and hammers respectively. I never use the stones for this. You're going to run into enough of these boulders and jars or whatever just by grinding and such. So save them. I did, however, use the free fight 3 encounters in a row option for grinding and side quest purposes. So a lot of things got simplified for this game. Hell, there's not even an overworld anymore for this game. Just towns and dungeons like something out of Order of Ecclesia. There's probably an earlier RPG that does this, but I can't think of it off the top of my head. I want to say Super Mario RPG, but that had, like, overworld-like levels. This game's like 75-25 K-Forest ratio as far as the dungeons you'll be fighting enemies are concerned. I think a lot of people saw how a tiny bit newbie unfriendly Antiqua was. I say a tiny bit because that game still is enough to get most of the trophies. Hell, getting the platinum for this game would be go back and think, okay, now I'm going to go back to Antiqua, grind out Slime Girl, feed her gems till all her stats are around the 7,500 to 8,000 mark and just spam her strongest over and over to win that one fight for the platinum, and boom. Another neat mechanic is this game gives you an achievement list all its own and gives you rewards to go and claim once you reach a certain point. A bit unnecessary, but who am I to look my nose down at free handouts? Like I mentioned, the whole deal about items, you'll most likely forget that's even a thing. I personally did, unless I had to use an item that vastly increases monetary or experience gain. And whatever magic element is weak or strong is rendered moot quicker in this game than even Antiqua. So since they simplified just about everything, the story is given time to come to the forefront a little bit more and felt less muddled than Antiqua to me. Still riding that B wave from Dragon Sinker, so this comes down to a B-. I took points off because there's this NPC line about after being rescued by this guy, they mentioned, "Oh, they had a hard time seeing you because you're so dark." The fuck? Dude looks more Afro-Latino to me, in my opinion. Not cool game. Anyways, it sounds like it might be sequel time for the next game. And it's from the one where the battles were in 3D. Hey, if Antiqua style can get redemption, why not Revenant? So join me for Game 6, Revenant Dogma. Until next time, take care, and thanks for watching.